Hello, my name is Yaseen Khalil. I'm working for the Australian Herbicide Resistance Initiative based at the University of Western Australia on a postdoctoral fellowship funded by GRDC on a project entitled Maximizing Crops, Minimizing Weeds with a Smart Phasing Farm. A bit on phase farming. So just to put that, a bit of background on that and why we've decided to work on this project. So from a previous project done and being researched by AHRI, we found actually that the farmer can get on top of their sort of problematic weeds through a very sort of mindful use of herbicides, through the crop competition, through harvest weed seed control. But still, with all that package being developed and available, so weeds still is a big problem and it's a big threat to the crop productivity and the farm profitability. So what we need actually more diversity in order to stop the evolution of weed resistance, and that can happen through phase farming. After a multiple year of cropping, we put multiple year of pasture. So 1, 2, 3 years depend on the situation. So we call that a phase farming, and that can increase the diversity we are after in our farming systems. We've mentioned phase farming, and in order to address and answer that research questions, we've established 2 rotational sites at 2 different sites, one of them at North Brookton and the other one is at Polgard Kalingari area, 2 different sort of environment. And in those sort of trial, we were actually researching and testing 7 different rotations. And mainly the rotations were dominated by pasture phase. So a pasture phase for 1 year, then for 2 years, and then for 3 years, in comparison with continuous cereals and very diverse sort of rotations where we've included lupins and wheat and canola, and then followed by wheat. So in terms of some of the results so far, so this is 3rd year and we're still going to follow everything in the 4th year and seed everything into wheat, where we are going to get our final sort of agronomic and economic results and assess which one will be the most successful rotation. But so far, actually, I can talk and mention some results regarding the ryegrass seed production. I'll give some numbers. So, for example, and I will compare things to the continuous cereal, which is continuous wheat. And in continuous wheat, and with implementing all the standard weed management, we've actually managed to control 35. In a best case scenario, it was 65% of the ryegrass and stopping them from setting the seeds. That's in comparison with, for example, a rotation where we're having lupin, and we've managed actually to control from 50 to 60% of the ryegrass and stop it to set the seeds. And we were comparing this against a scenario like serradella, for example, for 1 year or 2 years, for 1 year brown manure, and we've managed actually to stop all the ryegrass from setting the seeds. 99% of the ryegrass being controlled and stopped from setting the seed. So that was, to me and to us as a project team, it was the power of this phase farming, where you can implement and do things you can do it on the other rotation. And worth also mentioning, one of the rotation here, it's a chemical fallow, where we actually just chemically controlling all the ryegrass for 3 years, and then 4th year it will be seeded to wheat. And actually we were achieving 100% control. Again, just to sort of focus and assure the value of the serradella. So in a serradella phase, we were able to control 99% of the ryegrass and stop it from setting the seed. And everyone knows about this, the value of the legume in the rotation. It's a free source of nitrogen. The other good aspects which we are measuring in this project as well. So the powerful and the role of this phase farming in disseminating and stopping the soil-borne disease like nematode actually. So